Hey guys, so I have a surprise here. Rick Jocham was kind enough to leave his car with me to put on display. He also signed the car, which is pretty cool. The car still have the lane sticker, and he also left his trophy. So this is gonna be on display here at the Electric Dreams. One thing that he doesn't know is that I'm gonna take the opportunity, I'm gonna take advantage of my cameras, and I'm gonna dissect this. So here we have the winning car, Rick Jocham's Jaguar, that he put so many hours on those things to make this thing work. So let's start with the body. The body is a standard body, all original, all the parts is here. There's a little chip here. I think that's piece of the war that he was into. But you notice that the mirrors are still in, so the car is pretty good. There's no other blemish around the body. As you can see here for the camera, the wheels are tucked in inside the body, so everything is legal. Even the antenna stay on after the race. It still has his Electrical Dreams blue sticker on it. Pretty nice. Very nice body. So, very nice conditions actually. So let's see the bottom. So the body is mounted in a way that you have a lot of room in the back and a lot of room in the front. So if you see the car, the body's movement is almost floating around it. Has some movement up and down and front and back. The front and back, I think, is due to the chassis. The chassis has like an oval cut where the screws go. So lots of movement for this body here, which is something that we kind of learned when Andrea from NSR was here. He raced with a body just like that on his NSR Formula 1 car, and everybody started to follow that. And it appears to be the fastest option. So very loose body, almost 3 millimeters of distance here. So this is floating. So let's take the body down. As you can see, he has brass. He changed all the screws to brass screws, which doesn't use the Phillips screwdriver. So let me take the body off, and you go from here. We're taking the body off, screws off. Let me take a look on those screws. It's just a brass screw, long brass screw. Yeah, so this is a long brass screw, possible from NSR. There's a little thread only on top, and there's a opening room that's for the floating. Same screw on the back. Let me take this off. So same screw. Oh, the screw in the back is a little shorter. So let's dissect this thing, and see what's going on. So the screw in the back is a little bit shorter. All right. So here's the body. Those body screws. Let's see the car. So the car, he's using a piece of tape, which was legal, to hold the connectors down, so it avoids to be touching the driver. The driver is very short, is very small, so good thing here. He used one of his assigned motors. He was racing motor number 132. The motors, as you can see, is still sealed. It still has the original soldering that we did here at Electric Dreams. He's using two motor screws and two SP23 weights. He's very technical, so you can see that the grams are noted on the weights. 2.6 grams and here 2.59. So those guys are very, very technical. Right now we have the SP, I can't remember, I think it's SP09, the 9 pinion that came with the motor. Of course, he had to push a little bit in to get the middle of the gear. The gear that he's using is a 23T gear, which is the gear that they call M at the Slot.it, which is the modular. One thing that I know about this car, he is using 4 spacers. This gear comes with some spacers. I'm not gonna take it down, but 4 in the package. It comes with 3 spacers, so he needs to add another one so he can limit this movement here. As you can see, this movement here is very, very narrow, almost nothing here. So this might be one of the tricks right here. The tires that he's using, those are NSR tires. Tires and wheels. Those are the tires and wheels used for the Formula 1 cars. The wheel, as you can see, it's an air system wheel, so it's narrow. It's just the shoulders. It's hollow in the middle. And the measurements for the tires are, let's take a look. It's very low, 1726 diameter and 13.1 wide. So very, very short tires that gives him almost nothing on clearance, but enough to not drag the car during the race. Even if it would be dragging, it would be stopping you from the race, but if you're dragging, you'll be losing time. So it's just right there, a perfect set of tires. We didn't have this year a clearance rule. We might have it next year, but what he did, his abuse of the rule, he made a very short tire, so the car was running very close to the ground, and he might get some magnetic effect from the motor. So yeah, very nice. So as you can see, he signed for us. He's also using Slot Invasion guide. That is a guide that those people from Germany are doing. They do it for Carvalho track, but they work very well here on the wooden track. They're longer, they are wider, and get a very good result here at our track. So Frank and Slot make a similar guide. There were people racing both. There are people racing the wooden track that Slot.it makes, but the Slot.it one is very narrow here. So this one is being wider might have some advantage. So some racers prefer to deal with this. Also, as you can see, the pod is fixed. It's not moving at all. I can see a little movement here. There is a little movement here. Let me check. I'll bring it back, Rick, I promise. Yeah, no. Yeah, you can still have some room, like two. Yeah, he took like 2 turns on this side. And on this side, let me see if there's some room. Almost none. This sounds like a mistake. This one was 2 turns out, and this one is fixed. I don't know, might be tuning. If it is, it's very specific. I believe it was just like a mistake, or this might have came down during the race. Also, as you can see, he took those 2 parts that came on the side of the pod from the chassis, which was allowed. He took this clearance here too, which is also allowed. Very interesting thing, the tires are truer in the front, but in a rough way. They're not like as smooth as are the ones on the back. Might be an option. And also what I noticed is that he left a lot of room here. A lot of room here, which is something that I personally don't do it. So there's a lot of room. The front tires are rough, and the corners are not rounded on the fronts. In the back, the corners are rounded. Might be one of the things that they were testing here during the week. Of course, you have the screws on the bottom, screws on top. There's a little side play, but not much. I would fix that if the car was mine, but who I am to judge? This is the fastest car we had. This is the pole position car. Another thing that I noticed, which is something that is not illegal, but it's unusual, they have like a little a brace made of wire to hold the wires in place. I think this helps a lot the guide movement, and when this lot, the guide is always in the center. So that was something pretty cool from Rick, innovation right here. Yeah, that's it. That's the breaking down this car. Nothing super special besides those little details like the extra spacer here, this room here, the little guide thing. Other than that, everybody was using basically the same material, same car. Very nice car, very well done, very good racer car. Congratulations, Rick, you deserve it. You were amazing during the whole week. You shared a lot of your thoughts. A bunch of people were just copying you. And congratulations, great car. You deserve this win.